I was in London and now I'm in Wales. I wasn't going to come home until Easter. Circumstances. I think you know what those circumstances are. Same circumstances as quite a lot of you are dealing with at the moment. This time last week, I was... Oh, that's a message coming. This time last week, I was in London and I still had a job and everything was good and I was going to go in on Monday and I did know that something probably was going to happen, but it wasn't for sure. Weren't for sure. And now, well... My dad was very panicky and he was like, you must come home, don't go in London, there's going to be a lockdown, So, hello Philip, hello, so I came home. So I travelled across London yesterday, earliest possible opportunity. I was still working on Friday, that was my last day. Hello Josephine, my last day, and I was trying to get home on Friday, so I travelled by public transport yesterday and there was hardly anybody on the buses, so it was like and then I had a coach home and there was apparently 35 people booked but only 4 people were on the coach. I hope I'm doing well too. I really do, because I don't know, I've obviously used an awful lot of hand sanitizer and wipes and stuff like that, but who can tell? And also, you know, there's a lot of opportunities. Because I kept going, Dad, do you really want me to travel all the way across London? The possibilities of getting something and then coming in a coach. And he's like, yes! Not sure. It's too far from the modem. Too far from the modem. I'm really sorry.
Actually,
yeah, it's too far from the modem and it's not really working. Completely with no... Okay. No, completely off. No? Yeah, I know this is inconvenient, but... Thank you. Yes, so it's back, but it doesn't seem to work when there's TV on and everything. Anyway, here's my parents. Say hello. Yay! Curlers in her hair. So, yeah. So I'm here for a little while. I don't know how long. You're happy to have me, really, though, aren't you?
We love having you, darling.
Maybe.
I said, thank God you're here.
Yeah, they were pushing for me. Well, my dad was pushing for me to be home. I'm not sure about my mum. Hey, yeah, she's laughing.
Of course.
I'm going to turn this light on. Oops, that's chin. Chinny chin chin. It's just a funny angle there, isn't it? Yeah, so this is better because I'm right next to the modem. So this is difficult because if I'm even one room away, there's really not... Happy Mother's Day, yes, Happy Mother's Day, somebody said. If I'm even one room away from the modem, this is a really old house with thick walls and the internet doesn't stretch that far. At all. It's sad. Sorry about that. So
it normally does.
It doesn't. It's never done. I've come here before and I've tried to do a live stream. It doesn't stretch as far as my room. I can't get the internet in my room where I'm staying upstairs. At all. So if I want to look at the internet at night, I can't go upstairs really, and it doesn't stretch as far as the hallway. When I've tried to do live streams, you can do some things, but the back room, like the room there, no internet. So that's a bit inconvenient if I want to do anything like this. So if I do it again, can I like... No, it doesn't work. Oh, you'll go in the other room. Yes, my parents very kindly, it's their house, but they very kindly said to go in the other room and watch preview if I do any of this. This is like Mr. Burns' evil. Yeah. Yes. So, yeah, that's what's gonna... Oh, she's sneaking away. You can see her. Hello.
I'm going to put the television on next door.
Oh, all right then. Thank you. I've driven them away. I've driven them out of their own house. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. It's just, it was cutting out. I'm really sorry. Now they're grumpy at me. I'm sorry. Not? Okay. No. So how is everybody? How's everybody else standing up to the new reality? Bye, Elise's mother. He said, yeah. Bye, Elise's daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. How is everybody else standing up to the new paradigm? It's a shift. Paradigm. Got... There. Is that better? Much better. So, yeah, there it is. Wi-Fi extender, yeah, but I don't know when I'm coming back to London at all. And it's no good in London. If I'm here, I need it here. So it's all right, sort of all right in London. But this is, here, and the internet does not stretch very far at all. It's the same. I think it's well, it might be. It's not good. It should go further than it is. I once tried to get customer service when I was here before, and they said, "Oh, it's because other people's internet interferes with it." No, it's not good timing. Other people's internet interferes with it, and they said, "Oh, you have to change the frequency," and I did, and it worked for 2 minutes, and then it didn't work after that, and I was like, this is even worse. And then I forgot what the code was and how they did it, and then whatever. Oh yeah, I can have it when next time I come to Wales, but I don't know how long I'm going to be here, because I booked a ticket to come home on the 19th of April. So I'm here for Easter on my birthday. But then I don't know what's happening, because the world being as it is and everybody having to stay in their houses forevermore. I tried to go shopping today. We went shopping because I need to get supplies for my parents. Really, I'm home so I can go shopping for them and stuff like that. Hello. But I tried to go shopping today, and the car park was backed up. It was the shops opened at 10 o'clock. We got there at 9:30. And yes, thank you. I probably will for a little while. I don't know how long. But we got there at 9:30, and the whole car park was full. A big car park. This is a big supermarket. And the cars were coming out all the way to the road. And it was like, no, I can't go in there. So I didn't do that. But I did go to another shop. But the shop that I went in, don't tell my parents. But the guy that the first shop, I opened just as I got there. It was a Pound Stretchers, and I picked up a few stuff, but nothing that I really wanted. I think I got some peanut butter and some worms, and my mum wanted bird food, bird seed for the outside birds, but they didn't have that, and they didn't have anything else, and they didn't have paracetamol, and they didn't have strepsils that my dad wanted, and they didn't have any of the groceries, obviously, and I thought I hadn't got coffee. They didn't have that. So, but then I got worms for the birds. But they're mealworms. You can eat them. I think they're edible if you're a human, but you probably wouldn't want to. But actually, I think that you might, in this current situation, you might want to, eventually. And they had big tubs of them as well. But then I was the first person to pay with card, and I tried paying with card, and it didn't go through. So I tried paying with my dad's card, because he'd given me cards for his shopping, and that didn't go through. And I was like, yeah, forget about it. It's not even the stuff I wanted. So then I went to Iceland, which was opposite, and that started to get more increasingly full, but it did have groceries in it. So I got a few groceries in a basket, and I rushed through, and there was like, there's loads of people here, even then. And then the boy behind the counter started he's touching his nose and I was like, I don't want you to touch my shopping after this. But I was like nice to him and asked him whether he had any hand gel or something, and he probably shouldn't touch his nose when people could see him touching his nose, bearing in mind everything. And he was like, no, he didn't seem to understand why he shouldn't be touching his nose. So then he put hand gel on, and I was like, this is how you do the hand gel. I was instructing him. I was like, you can tell that I worked at a primary school, really, can't you? And he was like, and then I got so then I immediately disinfected all the shopping, because I don't know, he probably doesn't have anything, but I don't want to risk it. And my dad was already panicking about stuff like that. Anyway, my dad doesn't want me and my mum or anybody to leave the house ever again, so this is going to be fun. We went for a walk up the road. He's like, I hope you didn't go near any people. Except he said it with a Welsh accent, really. And we're like, no, we didn't go anywhere near any people. There were people. But we didn't go close to the people, but there were people, obviously. Yes, exactly. He doesn't want us to go anywhere near people. So we should stay in. That's true. I mean, it was the back way. It was just this, like, a disused railway track. So this wasn't really many people there. But there were people visible from where we were. So, because I tried to get online groceries. I did try, but my mum was like, no, I want to see the groceries. It's like, well, if I'm doing groceries for you anyway, you're not going to see them anyway. I suppose I could get to Tesco and like do little video conferences with her, and she could tell me if that happened. But then I couldn't even get into Tesco, so that didn't happen. But the online one, there weren't any slots available for the next 4 weeks. So there's no point anyway. You can't. For a very brief moment, it was suddenly, if I put flexi slots, it was like, oh, you might be able to get something on Tuesday, but they'll tell you on the day when it is. So I'm like, yes, click, no, no, nothing's happening, and then they disappeared, and then nothing can be done. So I don't really know what to do, because if you have to stay inside for 12 weeks and not go out, and the people that stay with you as well, not go out, and you can't get online groceries, you don't want to go to the shops because people are like horrible in the shops, there's too many people in the shops. What are you supposed to do? I don't know what to do really. So this is fun. So much fun. I've only been here since yesterday. We've had approximately 65, 66 million, 68 million. I did make it Keon, but I'm here now going, oh no, I'm stuck here forever. Not that I don't love my parents. It's great. It's going to be wonderful. Except I'm like, But then everybody else in the world is in the same situation going, as if the last 20 years never happened. Oh no, tourists shouldn't go to places. I mean, I felt like, I probably shouldn't have travelled, and I probably shouldn't have come. But the thing is, if I hadn't been here, then I don't know. If my parents were staying inside and there's no grocery deliveries at all, and the only people they know are other people that are also having to stay inside, they need to have somebody, really. So content is, yes. It's just like, what's happening? Exactly. What is happening? It's just, I'm not supposed to touch my face. But look, I've got baby wipes, so I'm going to, don't put them down. Oh, they're dry as hell. I need wet ones. They're not wet ones. Somebody's forgotten to put the top on them. I've got other things. I've got, yes, my homemade alcohol gel wipe thing. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Yes, it will be. There's nothing left. Everybody stop filming. Things have ground to a halt. So the only things available are people's live streams. All the comedians I know have stopped gigging completely, and they're like, wah! So they have started doing their own content. They're new to it. They're like, what a novel concept. I'm like, 15 years, mate. Not a novel concept. I've been doing this a while. Nobody watches anymore. I understand that. So it's going to be a swamped market. There's going to be a lot of this sort of thing going on, and people going, whoa, well, I'm so innovative. I'm doing live streams. I'm doing my show from my house. It's like, yes, you and everybody else in the world. It's going to grind to a halt because there's going to be so many people using the bandwidth at the same time. There won't be any internet. There won't be enough internet to go around. But there won't be any TV shows left because they've all stopped making the professional ones. It's just people going, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a show right here. And that's going to be their show. Because we'll have stopped communicating like civilized people. We will be back to caveman times. That will be our new method of communication from now on until forever, really. So so last week I was like, I am Edinburgh Fringe, this is my show, I'm going to do that show. I'm not sure it's going to happen. The Fringe is still insisting, Edinburgh Fringe Society is insisting, it'll go ahead in August, it'll go ahead. It's like, well, I've talked to people that were maybe potential audience members. They're like, I don't think I want to go to this big festival thingy where there's hundreds of people all all congregating in this tiny city with the infrastructure at the best of times. It's, the tiny, oh, thank you. I eat crisps. That's what I eat, crisps. That's what I do to maintain this amazing crispiness. So I'm not sure anyone wants to go to Edinburgh, really. I'm still like, I'm not sure. Because I didn't put my name in the book because I'm like, I'm not paying for that because I realised that there was something going on, and then I was like, because it all kicked off about the time that the deadline came. So I didn't put my name forward for that. I thought, I'll wait and I'll go on the app. But now I'm like, not sure, because if they cancel it, they don't seem to be wanting to give anybody their money back. They're like, we're not sure with every single thing in the world, apart from the Olympics, everything has cancelled. They've gone, yeah, we won't do that. That's not a good idea. But the Edinburgh Fringe Society, they know better, really, and the Olympic Society, the death race, maybe they will want to come together and watch comedy Yes, and then there's been no confirmed cases for weeks. Let's all go into Edinburgh. Go into Edinburgh in these tiny little underground cavernous places where there's water dripping from the ceilings and there's like damp and cold and it's really, really spooky and weird. And let's start it all up again. Let's do another COVID-19, the return. Let's do that. Yes. What a good idea. What an amazing idea. So technically I have paid a deposit on a flat. So technically, until they say it's not going ahead, I might still go up there and just do the show on the beach or something like that. But I don't know whether anyone's coming to an actual venue. They might. But I think it was in a cafe. And if cafes are still closed, then that's not going to happen, is it? No, it won't. Anyway, I'm just like, I don't know anymore. I don't know what's going on. What is there to look forward to in the world? Apparently Friday night dinner, somebody pointed. Yes, you did. Well, no, not really. The dogging dating site, Justfin, would be good because that's standing very far away while someone else is in a car far away and they'll be in close contact, but you'll be far away. This is a very good time, actually, a perfect time. This is the perfect entertainment for you. Other people can put themselves at risk and you can just watch on. Anyway, that's beside the point. This is not you entertainment anymore. Not you entertainment. Hello, Andy. The work from home revolution is everybody's working from home. If everybody's working from home, then nobody's working from home because who cares anymore? Who cares? Yes, this is cabaret. Oh, who cares? So what? Who cares? Yes, the sun will rise and the moon will set and you learn how to settle for what you get. It'll all come round if we're here or not, so who cares? So what? So who cares? So what? Yes, this is an old lady sings the song Cabaret. That's a very interesting. I've seen a couple of versions of Cabaret where that's not in the film at all because it's the landlady that sings it. But I've seen bigger landladies and skinnier landladies, and they change the words. I'm self-employed now because I'm not employed anymore. I was working at a school, but I was working as a sort of agency person. So I was at the school, but I wasn't on the staff. So some of the staff have gone in. They're still going into school. Even though there aren't any schools, they're still going into the school to work because people that are the key workers that are working for the NHS and whose kids are vulnerable, and obviously if they go to they're working, so they've still got schools. Even though they say the schools are cancelled, they are not really, because you're not allowed to ask people whether they will come in to work, but you can very strongly suggest that they would like to. Do you want to come in? And a lot of people have, because they're like, I want to help. So a lot of vulnerable people have gone into these schools and they're still going to do it. So they understand. They know me. They won't be bothered about that. Exactly. It's all fine. They'll be fine. So, I think because I was working through an agency that they were possibly wanting me to work there. But I was like, I've got to go and see my parents because my dad was getting really anxious. And I was like, maybe after Easter. So maybe after Easter I'll go back and I'll still have that job. So I haven't finished the job. But that was my day job because, yes, I was a freelancer for years. I'm still sort of a freelancer for various things. To be honest, the stand-up comedy was very much on the back burner because when you get home from working somewhere, I'm going to do the day job so I can live my dream, I can do the entertaining thing, and I can write things, and I can do things, and I can create. But then after you've got the day job and you're home from the day job, you're just like, no, I don't want to do that. I'll just sleep. And then I'll get up and do it again. So it's very much been on the back burner. I haven't really written anything. I haven't performed any. I've performed a few spoken word gigs, but really haven't really gone all out there. So that was, for a little while, that was my job, that I would go out and I'd get paid for things like that. But at the moment, no. Which is probably just as well because nobody else is getting paid for that because there are no gigs. No gigs. Nothing. So all the pubs are closed and all the gigs are cancelled, and every single person that was like, I'm a working comedian. Oh, what do you mean a day job? You're doing a day job. I'm just a proper comedian. And now we're all in the same boat because I do not have a day job. And I'm not a proper comedian anymore, but neither are they. Nobody is a proper comedian anymore because nobody is comedying. I'm getting a sore throat. Oh no! It's probably because I'm ranting and raving rather than anything else. Let's hope that's why. It's like, and I'm singing show tunes. That probably would give me a sore throat. And also, I don't think a sore throat is one of the symptoms of the thing that shall not be named. It's a symptom of ranting and raving and screaming at the top of your voice and singing show tunes. Yeah, no, I know the person that is doing that, and it's a bad time to be the new presenter for that, really, are they? What are the symptoms? I think they are high fever and coughing and not being able to breathe. Probably the symptoms. Although, I'm not sure. Yeah, it's very sad, isn't it? The comedy is dead. Viva comedy! So a lot of people are doing their own shows, as I said, from their houses and things like that. And it's like, how can I do online content? It's like, yes, exactly. Because I think you lose your sense of smell as well. So you wouldn't even feel sick. I don't know whether sniffing, hello, the green machine. Death is, yes, you're right. It is a very bad symptom. That is a pretty, yeah, you're right. That is a symptom. So, yeah. The new communication. I don't know what's happening. I'm probably going to wind this up quite soon because my mum said there's something called Bohemia or something. Or, no, Bohemia. What's it called? Anyway, something that's a thing that's got Tamsin Gregg and some other people, and it's like Julian Fellowes thing. And I didn't see the first episode, but she was very keen on telling me what happened in the first episode, so I can just watch it with her now. Is it called Bohemia? I don't know what it's called. Anyway, it's set in like early Victorian times, and it's Downton Abbey only 100 years before or whatever. I don't know, really. What is it? And I've got to find entertainment while I can. And we've got to find bonding experiences. So I think probably over the next couple of months, I'm going to be watching a lot of things. Online things, exactly. And I'm going to be watching... I'm going to probably be playing Scrabble. I'm not back in my old room because my old room is now a junk pit. I'm in a room. It's even worse than that. I'm in a room where my nephew's bed was put because they, for a while... They'd partially sleep here. So it's like a bunk bed. I'm on a bunk bed made for a 7-year-old. It's too small for the nephew because the nephew's now quite a lot older than 7. So I have seen Inside Number 9. I've seen all of Inside Number 9. Yeah, this is not Number 9. Otherwise I could say, yes, I've seen the whole of the inside of the Number 9. No, I have seen the TV series Inside Number 9. So, I started watching Torchwood from the beginning and Doctor Who. I think I might have mentioned this last week. So I've got as far as the Unquiet Dead so that I can see... It's a crossover with Torchwood. And I'm only on like episode 3 or 4 of Torchwood. So I've just seen the one with the fairies at the bottom of the garden. So that's... yeah. Yeah, 12 Days of Christine is good. Yes, that is probably the best one. Very good. I'm not a massive Sheridan Smith fan, but she's very good in that. Yeah. I don't hate her. I don't hate anyone. She's very good in that. You know, in the same way that I don't, James Corden, take him or leave him, but he's very good in the History Boys. There's a lot of people that, they're all right. Cats, I'm not sure about though. But that wasn't a terrible film. It was a terrible film, but it was an interesting film. I didn't come out bored. Let's put it that way. I was very much like, interesting film. Yeah, could do a backwards version of 12 Days. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Like Piers Morgan, much better when he went to America, I think. Bye-bye, Piers. But then they sent him back again. Hello, Piers. You're a very nice man. I like you lots, Piers Morgan. This is like when they say when people used to believe in elves and the fairies, they used to call them the fair folk because they didn't want them. They didn't really think that. This is crossover with Torchwood, really. They didn't really think that they were the fair folk and they were the good folk, but they didn't want them to be saying nasty things about them. So they go, "Oh, the fair folk, Twarig, Teg." Yeah, they would say that the fairies were good and pure and lovely, so that the fairies didn't come and attack them. So that's very much how you behave with somebody like Piers Morgan. You say that he's an amazing, great person. He's the best person ever. He's great. Very much like the fair folk. Yes, I think he might see through this cunning ruse. Piers Morgan? Are you talking about Piers Morgan Boheme? He's not in Torchwood. That would be interesting. No, Jack is pansexual, isn't he? Captain Jack. He's all over the place. He will just basically, because in the one about the fairies, he was in love with this woman who before the war. The Pooker, yeah, exactly. The Pooker. The Pooker. You're very nice to them, and you can go and watch my lovely. You can watch my video about the Pooker. Go see it. You're just looking through and you can read. You can also see the one where I visit a place where the allegedly the fairy folk. Yes, he does say that. He does. He's genuinely. He doesn't say that. He is just that. He just. Anyway, I was talking about the fairy folk. I did Carnival Row. I'm not sure. I think I might did. Is that quite a long time ago? I feel like I did. And anyway, go and see my other video where I go to say. I don't know. Oh, I'm getting all completely waylaid talking about Captain Jack. But I'm talking about the fairy folks. So, maybe I'm not that waylaid. So the one where I go and visit somewhere where there's a story that somebody was abducted by the fairy folk and came back a long time later. Carnival Row, I'll take that into consideration. So go and watch that thing, Way with the Fairies, and also the one In Search of the Pooker. And then you can see some of my videos. And I've also just made a playlist of virtual tours of loads of museums, all the museums I visited, because we can't go in this new age. We can't go and visit museums and castles. And I visited lots of museums and castles. There's another one just of castles. You can go and see that too. But a castle playlist, go and see my castle videos. Go and see my walks. You can still go for walks. Shouldn't go. And go and see all of my things. Go and see the, and also I have not, I went to see Cardiff Museum about quite a long time ago, about 18 months ago now, long time. And I was like, I should edit that video. But I was like, I should edit that video every day. And I should definitely edit that video. My dad's gone next door with my mum. I'll invite them back in. I don't want to make them stay out for too long because that wouldn't be very nice. It's their house. I do know the music of Muse. I think Muse is the first concert I ever went to see. Muse, because I used to be a reporter for the Ross Gazette, and the Ross on Y had a festival, like a music and comedy festival, and I covered that, and it was very fun. And they had so that was the first music concert I'd ever been to. I went to see Muse. Was it Muse? It wasn't Muse. Anyway, it might have been Muse. I'm very confused about Muse. Anyway, I do know who Muse. La 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 la. Ages ago. It was ages and ages ago. It was when Muse was around. When Muse was a thing. It was Muse. Anyway. It wasn't Muse. I'm just realising, I know, I'm listening to music, probably. Yes, the Ross on Y Festival in 1999, that sounds right, or 2000. A long time ago, anyway. Years and years and years and years, when I was tiny. When I was so young. Long time ago. I was 10. I was 8. I was 6. I don't think it was Muse. I think it was a completely different group that I went to see. Muse. Anyway, Being a Girl. No, they didn't do it. Being a girl, being a girl. Anyway. Whoever they were. No. Anyway. Oh! Am I buffering? Can you see me? Is it shaking? I should probably go then. All right, if this is buffering and you can't see me, to me it's still going ahead. I don't know. Maybe it's just you. So I'm just gonna go now because everything's falling apart in the world. Buffering finished. Just as I'm saying, I probably should go. If it's buffering, then I don't know what I said that you missed. I've got no clue. So what I will do, I am back, but then I'm going again because obviously this is it's a lot for this anyway. I'll go. I am back. And then I come back. That's from like a 1930s, 40s radio show. People are like, how'd you know? Were you in the brand in the 30s and 40s? It's like, no, I just know things. And cool, I come back. It's like very stereotypical Italian character. And I think Itmar. Thank you very much, Keon. I will try. I will very much try. So, bye-bye. I will see you soon. See you very soon. This time, another day. I don't know when. I don't know how often I'm going to do these. Maybe I'll do them randomly, just when I feel like them. But certainly next Sunday. All right then.